嘿，各位同学，接下来咱们就来看一下这样一篇艺术史的文章 ，Art History 的文章。
Listen to part of a lecture in an art history class. The professor has been discussing the origins of art.
Some of the world's oldest preserved art is the cave art of Europe, most of it in Spain and France. And the earliest cave paintings found to date are those of the Chauvet Cave in France, discovered in 1994. And, you know, I remember when I heard about the results of the dating of the Chauvet paintings, I said to my wife, "Can you believe these paintings are over 30,000 years old?" And my 3-year-old daughter piped up and said, "Is that older than my great-grandmother?" But that was the oldest age she knew. And, you know, come to think of it, it's pretty hard for me to really understand how long 30,000 years is, too. I mean, we tend to think the people who lived at that time must have been pretty primitive. But I'm going to show you some slides in a few minutes, and I think you'll agree with me that this art is anything but primitive. They're masterpieces, and they look so real, so alive, that it's very hard to imagine that they're so very old. Now, not everyone agrees on exactly how old. A number of the Chauvet paintings have been dated by a lab to 30,000 or more years ago. That would make them not just older than any other cave art, but about twice as old as the art in the caves at Altamira or Lascaux, which you may have heard of. Some people find it hard to believe Chauvet is so much older than Altamira and Lascaux, and they noted that only one lab did the dating for Chauvet, without independent confirmation from any other lab. But be that as it may, whatever the exact date, whether it's 15,000, 20,000, or 30,000 years ago, the Chauvet paintings are from the dawn of art, so they're a good place to start our discussion of cave painting. Now, one thing you've got to remember is the context of these paintings. Paleolithic humans, that's the period we're talking about here, the Paleolithic, the early Stone Age, not too long after humans first arrived in Europe. The climate was significantly colder then, and so rock shelters, shallow caves, were valued as homes protected from the wind and rain. And in some cases, at least, artists drew on the walls of their homes. But many of the truly great cave art sites, like Chauvet, were never inhabited. These paintings were made deep inside a dark cave where no natural light can penetrate. There's no evidence of people ever living here. Cave bears, yes, but not humans. You would have had to make a special trip into the cave to make the paintings, and a special trip to go see it. And each time you'd have to bring along torches to light your way. And people did go see the art. There's charcoal marks from their torches on the cave walls, clearly dating from thousands of years after the paintings were made. So we can tell people went there. They came, but they didn't stay. Deep inside a cave like that is not really a place you'd want to stay. So why? What inspired the Paleolithic artists to make such beautiful art in such inaccessible places? We'll never really know, of course, though it's interesting to speculate. But getting to the paintings themselves, virtually all Paleolithic cave art represents animals, and Chauvet is no exception. The artists were highly skilled at using, or even enhancing, the natural shape of the cave walls to give depth and perspective to their drawings. The sense of motion and vitality in these animals, well, wait till I show you the slides. Anyway, most Paleolithic cave art depicts large herbivores. Horses are most common overall, with deer and bison pretty common too. Probably animals they hunted. But earlier, at Chauvet, there's a significant interest in large, dangerous animals. Lots of rhinoceros, lions, mammoths, bears. Remember that the ranges of many animal species were different back then, so all these animals actually lived in the region at that time. But the Chauvet artists didn't paint people. There's a half man, half bison creature, and there's outlines of human hands, but no depiction of a full human. So, why these precise animals? Why not birds, fish, snakes? Was it for their religion, magic, or sheer beauty? We don't know. But whatever it was worth it to them to spend hours deep inside a cave with just a torch between them and utter darkness. So, on that note, let's dim the lights so we can see these slides and actually look at the techniques they used.
那这篇文章当中涉及到的内容的话呢，倒未必很深，对吧？当然，它在描述的过程当中的话呢，可能略有一点语言上的反复，所以有的时候可能会给我们造成一定的难点。那其实里面讲到的最主要的问题呢，就是 cave art 的问题，然后主要提到的这样一个洞穴呢，就是 Chauvet， 也就是肖维洞穴，对吧？在这个洞穴当中的话呢，大家艺术家们就考古学家们就发现了很多这种洞穴艺术、洞穴壁画，对吧？比如说这里大家看到就是 Chauvet cave art， 对吧？然后同时的话，在文章当中还提到了另外2个洞穴，一个叫 Altamira， 另外一个叫 Lascaux。然后这个在其中的话也发现了很多这种精美的洞穴上的壁画，对吧？那么对于这些洞穴壁画它的特征以及其中一些让人感觉 amazing 的地方进行了一定的解释。在整个叙述的过程当中呢，教授采用了各种不同的论证方法，所以的话，这有可能是会让我们感觉这个细节点比较多，同时听力感受难度比较大的地方。但是我们说，越是采用各种不同的方法，其实也就说明教授要讲到的点呢，其实比较直接和比较纯粹，对吧？所以我们要听清楚这样的点就可以了，对吧？好，那么首先第一题 ，What does the professor mainly discuss？ 4个选项，对吧？那么都有一定的共同点，除了 C 选项，C 选项跟 D 选项是有一定的共同点 ，A 选项和 B 选项是有一定的共同点，所以我们还是得回到原文当中，看看原文当中说话人是如何叙述的。我们听到的是 Some of the world's oldest preserved art is the cave art of Europe. Most of it in Spain and France, and the earliest cave paintings found to date are those of the Chauvet cave in France, discovered in 1994， 对吧？所以这里的话呢，很明显提到的应该是和 cave art 相关的内容，因此在选择的时候呢，就应该在A、B 选项当中选。同时的话呢，我们也听到了 oldest 这样的一些表述，所以正确答案应该选择的就是 A 选项，主旨没有任何难点，开门见山，直接引出，对吧？这是第一题。接下来再来看一下第2题。Why does the professor mention his daughter？ 为什么他会提到自己的女儿？这其实就是以一种类比的方式的话来表述说话人想要表达的一个观点，对吧？那么我们会看到4个选项。那么回到原文当中的话呢，就要回忆一下，教授在什么时候提到他的女儿？而在讲到他的女儿那一部分的时候，他主要想要说明一个什么观点？我们听到是 And you know, I remember when I heard about the results of the dating of the Chauvet paintings, I said to my wife, "Can you believe these paintings are over 30,000 years old?" 你能想象这些洞穴壁画有3万年的历史了吗？而我的女儿3岁大的女儿当时就说 ，Is that older than my great grandmother？ 那是不是比我的曾祖母还要年纪还要大呢 ？That was the oldest age she knew， 对吧？所以在这里的话呢，我们会发现其中的一些表述，比如说30,000 years old， 对吧？然后有的